out?
I'm not out. I'm available. I could walk the sideline actually. I think it's a good day for ASU football in general when the National Football League turns out like this. Now, well, there's always a plan to the madness, right? And last year I had known that the owners' meeting was going to be here. And so with that being said, I said, why don't we plan our pro day around the owners' meeting? And I'm pretty sure, I know some people over there, they'll probably show up, and they showed up. And that's a good thing. I think it's good for our players. It's good for the young players. It's good for our athletic department to see the buzz around this, because this is what a pro day is supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like this. And was it a little bit planned? Yeah, we were fortunate that they were going to be at the Biltmore. So, Lynch and he's the GM in San Francisco, and Elway's here, and all those guys. They said, Coach, we're going to come by and see you. So we want to see you. I said, by the way, it's our pro day. And so, a bunch of guys came out. And I think for our underclassmen, this is kind of eye-opening for them, because they eventually want to be in this situation. So I just think that's the program. We talk about the pro model. This is the pro model. This is what it looks like.
Your relationship with John, can you speak to how that started?
It's in Tampa. I was fortunate enough to coach him, and he's the godfather of my son Marcus. And we're the godfather of his little girl named Leah, after my wife. That's our relationship, though. So we've done a lot of things together, boy. And I tell you what, you talking about a great football player? He's a great football player, and deservingly should be in the Hall of Fame. And hopefully he gets that nod one year. But special guy, along with a lot of the other guys. John Elway. I competed against John Elway. I can remember when he was a rookie and he came in, and the big hugaboo is he was the first guy to say, well, I'm not going to Baltimore. I don't want to play there. Well, you can do that? I was in the NFL 3 years. How do you do that? You just can't tell me he can't draft you? And he ends up going to Denver, and played against him. It's good to see him. It's good to see a lot of the guys because a lot of these guys were in the league when I was playing, a lot of these scouts, and I came in the National Football League as a scout. And I just told them, I appreciate you guys coming out. You guys are always welcome here. And I think they know that, our program is about helping our players to be better men, to leave here with a degree, and have an opportunity to play in the National Football League if their talent warrants.
Coach, what's your message been to your players as they go through this process?
Enjoy it. You've seen it before, because this is what we do. This is everything we do that they're doing today, they've already done. When they go to a pro camp, the practice time, the meeting time, now they'll have a little bit more time than these guys have, but the way it's structured, it'll be familiar to them, which I think is important.
With ASU going into that pro model that you mentioned, have you got any feedback from the NFL folks about how they view this pro model and the efforts you guys are doing?
Well, I think when they come to practice, a lot of the scouts leave and they go, Coach, he did pro practice, didn't he? They say, yeah. It's fun to watch him practice because we know what this looks like. We can go to practice and actually watch certain things happen that we see all the time on a pro football field. And I think the more we implement it, the more our players become accustomed to what we're trying to do, it benefits everyone. Well, it is about relationships, and what I told the guys in there today, all the scouts and the GMs, I said, look, guys, I was in that league for 30 years, and the one thing I've taken away from it is this: it's no one's right to coach or play in the league. It's actually an honor, and this is big for me when you guys come out here and look at our program, because it says something about what we're trying to do. College football is the lifeblood of the NFL. This is where the majority of the players come from. They come from college programs, and we're trying to build a culture here where when they come here, there'll be players that leave here that eventually are playing in the National Football League, and that's good for football.
Nikhil Harry and Ronell Wren had a strong combine, earned the right not to do anything here at Pro Day. What kind of feedback are you getting from NFL teams on that?
Good. The general questions, and I told them this. I said, any player that's out here today that's working out, whether they're a draft choice free agent, I said, the one thing I can guarantee you, none of these young men have off-field issues. Not a single one of them. And we won't allow that in our program. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, are they good enough? That's up to you to determine that. That's not my job. But as far as off the field, how they conduct themselves, you won't have an issue with any of these guys that are working out today.
Coach, you're saying obviously there's tape on these guys. They've been out to your practice and seen. I mean, a day like this, I mean, it is important, but I mean, how much does it help? How much do you feel it helps them maybe getting drafted or? Maybe
well, it helps in the fact that, you know, when guys come out and personally watch you work out, that's different than being at the combine. And sometimes guys lose sight of that because these workouts are going to take place for the next 2 weeks. These guys go. I remember as a head coach, you're traveling. I mean, you're going to see certain guys work out. That's the way it goes. Everyone's going to want their own personal workout, and you got to be ready for the onslaught of that. You know, that's what I've told Nikhil. I said, Nikhil, this might not be the last time now. I said, team might call you a week from now and say, hey, can I get a personal workout? So you better be ready for that because that's what they do. I mean, that's how the NFL operates. The knee is good. I'm about 3 weeks into this. I've got total reconstruction. I didn't actually realize how bad it was until the doctor told me yesterday. He said on a scale from 1 to 10, he said, you were at a 7, Coach. I said, that's not good. I wanted to be at the other side, but it's just some swelling. But look, our trainers are doing a great job. I mean, I'm in rehab every day. I get over here every morning like at 5:30. I rehab and then walk around and try to do some football and then go back and rehab. I've never been hurt. Okay, so this is all new to me. I mean, I've actually gone 2 weeks without like working out, and I'm like going crazy right now. I'm saying I got to work out. I said, so I told Doc I made a deal with him yesterday. I said, look, Doc, I said next week now I'm walking. He said, well, I said no, I'm going to walk. I'm going to be okay. And then I kind of walked for him. He said, you might be okay. I said, I'm okay. I'm walking next week. So you know, it's funny. I had to, you know, I had to kick off the meeting with all the pro guys today. So as I'm walking to the place, I'm going, I can't walk down them stairs with a crutch. These NFL guys, man, they're going to say, what is wrong with this guy, right? I walked in there, just kind of went down there and walked. They saw me limping. They were trying to figure out what's wrong. I never told them what was wrong, you know. But then they figured it out. I said, Coach had knee surgery. And I go, yeah. I said, I wasn't going to walk in that room and talk to you guys with a crutch. How bad does that look, man? A head football coach coming in here like he's injured. I said, I ain't never been injured, so I'm good.
So it's a good lesson for your players to bounce back from adversity?
You got to bounce back, man. Be available. That's the critical part in life, right? Just be available and things will work out for you.
Coach,
yes, sir.
How important is days like this for recruiting future players to this program?
Well, I think it's a part of the process. It's all part of the pro model. And I think the more visible we are, it helps us. Because, you know, most of these kids have aspirations to play at the next level, and I understand that. And I think if you can set up a system and you win games, you attract those type of players, and that's what we're trying to do.